Daryl, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think he hit Pookie's pipe earlier.
By the way, he called me a liar about the fires. A new expert came out confirming their weapons.
Oh, yeah,
Like the worst of them.
What is
Yeah, this is the guy that claimed there was a Reuters article, and if you guys know Reuters, it's an incredibly.
I got a new expert.
Shut up, DJ. Give me a second to talk. Anyway, this guy claimed that there was a Reuters article, and Reuters is like one of the most fact-checked, most unbiased, most pinnacle of. Shut the. Okay.
Paid $9 million.
Me.
They're not a fact.
Me. Anyway, Reuters is like the gold.
Like a child.
Reuters is the gold standard of reporting. Anyway, he claimed that Reuters wrote an article that the U.S. government used lasers to start the.
DJ.
Oh, no,
he took it down.
He's. Oh God, I knew he was racist.
Anyway,
hold on, can I say something to DJ real quick?
Article that the U.S. government used lasers to start the wildfires, and we were like, okay, where's the article? And he never could find it. In fact, he showed us some video from literally like you look up the news source and it's like complete fake news. It was like basically InfoWars.
No, it was worse.
Oh, look at this. Oh,
it was worse. It was worse than InfoWars.
It was
arborist.
TikTok information, bro.
What's your training in fire experts to identify what ignites a fire? Laser certificate. He has it. He has it. You don't.
Dude,
you don't.
I can tell you what ignited the fire.
All about the eucalyptus you can light with a cigarette lighter.
Didn't know even less than a cigarette lighter.
I want to ask you.
Not ignited by the wildfire. By the wildfire.
I want to jump, right? DJ, you know there's cameras and shit everywhere, right? Let's use our big boy brains real quick. Let's pull over our big boy pants and use our big boy brains.
Hold on a second.
Hold on.
Hawaii. That's not Hawaii.
Can I tell you what that is, please? Can I tell you what that is?
They do this everywhere.
You know exactly what it is. You guys.
What location did I say?
I know exactly what it is.
You know that's from TikTok, right? Is that from TikTok? That's from TikTok. TikTok
You're making a
information,
claim.
bro.
You're making a claim.
Hey, question. You're making a claim because this is entirely hearsay until you find the source of whoever this forensic arborist is.
Okay, what's the source?
To tell you what ignites a fire. Where's your certification? Your fire marshal certification.
Certification. You don't have one. You don't have any certification. You dropped out of 12th grade.
That is correct.
Or 2nd grade. Sorry.
Yeah, what's your source of that? I went to school. What's your source of that?
That's just the aftermath. That's the aftermath.
Also,
bro.
directed energy. Directed energy requires megawatts.
Exactly, you're deflecting.
No, directed energy requires megawatts of energy. The only real source can you fucking
tell what ignites fire.
So the only real way we can have that is by having ships with nuclear reactors or very big turbines producing energy. And by the way, it takes minutes to charge these things up, and then it goes on for like about that long. And directed energy currently is only used to I think target drones. So I'm pretty sure it's not going to reach about 50 kilometers in. Well, actually, you're a flat earther, so you could probably believe that it would, but it wouldn't reach about. It wouldn't reach about 50 kilometers inward, where the wildfire actually started. So
reach 15 kilometers.
Yeah. The range of most of those weapons are like 2-3 kilometers.
We are experts on fire ignition. Where's your certification?
That's not fire ignition.
You're not proving me wrong. I
don't even think you have a high school diploma.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Can I tell you something? That could be about anything, you know. That can be just like from. Can you show the picture again of the laser or whatever you call it?
I'm pretty sure it's from that one picture of like the military using a laser
like this.
That can just be a CRAM. That can be a CRAM.
Wait.
What I was gonna say was. So DJ, how come in the day and age of digital technology and cameras, there's only one supposed real picture from the California, or not California, the Maui fires that show a green laser beam, but nowhere on that island is there any other picture showing any kind of laser beam anywhere? It's not a claim. Show me any other.
Can you give me big screen real quick
right now?
Oh yeah.
Hey, DJ, what is the sequel?
I got a question for you.
Fuck your paper, bro. Go outside.
DJ, what is the sequel?
Wait, is
Why
that
are you on paper,
multiplication?
bro? What are you doing?
DJ, what is this equal?
Are you okay, brother?
DJ,
I'm
what
okay.
is
What
the
is this
answer?
equal?
Bro, are you okay, brother?
What does this equal?
Mr. Educated DJ, what is the answer?
Are you
Isn't
okay?
that
What
You're
does this
deflecting.
equal,
I
dude?
provided
Please
an
answer
expert
my
to clock me for a
question.
week.
DJ, what's the answer? Mr.
Are you gonna
Educated.
quit deflecting and admit that these fires were caused
You're
by what?
deflecting. Answer the
You're
question.
deflecting.
I don't have to answer the question. That's not relevant to the argument that I brought up. You're
That's a
deflecting from the argument.
This is
You're
just simple.
deflecting.
We're
I refuse
testing your
to answer
intelligence,
because it's
therefore
not
testing your
relevant.
credentials, bro.
I'm testing your credentials right now. I got
I
an
learned
expert
this in
right
middle
here.
school, bro.
Where's your
Oh
certification?
my God.
Where's your
DJ,
certification? The fire marshal
we're gonna put on the
certification.
Jeopardy music.
Where's your
PEM does.
Where's your fire marshal? You said I'm wrong. Where's your certification?
Can you spell PEM
Prove that
does?
this guy's wrong. Where's your
DJ, can you
certification to
answer
prove
the
this
basic
guy's wrong?
question? Can you answer the basic question?
Exactly. You're deflecting.
No, DJ, answer the basic question. Come on.
Answer the basic question. Where's your survey? Where's your proof that he's wrong? He's an
What's his
expert.
My
name?
proof
What's his
that
name?
he's wrong is that's
He's
TikTok.
an arborist. That's his expert to see how they ignite fires. Where's your
Do you know what an
certification?
arborist is?
Do you know what it is? Exactly.
You are like a fucking 5-year-old dude. You are.
Fox is here. Of course I know what it is.
DJ,
You're
can
gonna
you tell
ask
me
me
what an
what
arborist is? Come on. Whoa, DJ, can you tell me what an arborist is?
Here, actually.
Deflecting.
Hey, guess what I have for you?
Answer the
Guess
question.
what I have for you?
We're not going to skip around and play
Let's
this
look in
game.
here.
Science fiction?
DJ,
No thanks.
an arborist is someone who studies trees and plants.
Yes,
I don't think you know what an arborist
I've
is.
many people who were fire marshals that study the ignition of fires. And you study plants. You study how plants ignite, don't you?
idiot.
You're
He studies
freaking idiot.
bonsai
You study how plants catch on fire.
He studies bonsai trees.
Basically.
You admitted
And we're talking about
ignited
eucalyptus.
by a cigarette lighter, but why would they ignite it during the California fires and the Australian fires? Get the hell
What are
out
you
of here.
talking
So
about?
there's this cool thing called
They weren't,
electric.
bro.
Wait, DJ, you're saying the U.S. government started
They weren't
Australia's
ignited.
fires with a laser? Okay, buddy.
You know the U.S. is the only one with
Discharge.
the
Look up how
regular
these
right?
weapons work.
DJ, can you answer the basic math equation?
Like they
Why
don't
can't you
exist,
answer the
but
question?
why
Why
can't
can't
you
you
answer
Answer the question.
You answer the question. Why is it
DJ, answer the question. Come on, buddy.
certification to prove this
Hey,
guy
if you
wrong?
I know your
seriously,
brain is hurting.
What's your
but you gotta
certification?
DJ, I
I don't
mean
answer
this
3-year-old
100%
questions. We do
Do
real
the math.
science.
Come on.
you
That's a
answer this
3-year-old
question,
question. Let's answer this adult question here.
I mean
Why
this
this guy's making this
100%
claim and
Oh,
like you have
wait,
nothing to back it.
DJ. DJ, if it's a 3-year-old question, you should be able to answer
Deflections,
it.
guys. We're not doing the
This is a
deflection.
question.
You're
This is a
deflecting.
question.
DJ, you said it was a 3-year-old question. You should be able to answer that.
Yeah, you should be able
Content.
to answer it.
You should be able to. Come on,
You're
buddy.
deflecting.
DJ, I know you
I
dropped
don't care,
out.
brothers. This right here is what we're talking about. I don't give two shit.
DJ, how many continents are there?
That's all you do like a little kid, Cartman. Come on.
Oh my God.
DJ, can you name the continent?
What the hell is... Exactly. You have nothing. Why are you here? Y'all have
Why are
nothing.
you here? We were here first.
Why are you here?
You are the one that joined up. You are the one that joined up. It's you. Why are you here? Who are you?
You invited me, motherfucker.
No one invited you.
I clicked
No one wants
accept.
to talk to
What the
you.
fuck are you talking about?
Hold on, does someone invite
You
him?
need to rewind it?
No one wants to join.
Crack baby.
Maybe.
He's Pookie's crack baby. Him and Pookie share the same pipe and needles.
DJ, what is 3 times -3?
Sure.
Y'all want nothing.
Hey guys, I think my airplane isn't working.
Called me a pod, a method, what else?
It's a Russian. 37, that's your problem.
You're calling me names like a
No,
child.
it's a suit. It says suit 33.
Called you any names? No,
Sorry,
I
yeah,
haven't.
it's
It's delusional. That's the only word I've said. Delusional is stupid.
Yes.
You called me a meth head. Where's your source? When y'all got former addicts and your friends
The way you're
get out of
slurring,
here.
the way you just act in general, the way you look,
I don't
it's
give a
just
shit how
signs
I
of
act. You
addicts.
muted me the entire time I was here and said I was wrong and didn't prove it. That's how this works. Proof. Counterclaim. Counter evidence. He's the expert. You're not. Fuck out of here.
What's his name?
He's not an
DJ.
expert.
DJ, what's his name?
Yes, he is. You're not an expert. Where's your certification?
You want to check your source? What's his name?
Delusional. Where's your certification?
What is his name? What is his
Where's
name?
your certification? You said he's not an expert. Well, then you must be
It's
an
his
expert.
name. Then we're gonna check if he's an expert. What is his name?
Put up. His name's right. Let me get it here then. Fucking goddamn.
He doesn't have his name.
Bro, you go to TikTok, it's a viral video.
No,
All
you're
you
the
gotta do
one.
is
No, what's his name?
That's all you've done it 5 times.
You're calling him an expert and a reliable source. What is his name?
You said I'm wrong, bro. This is stupid.
Okay, what is his name, buddy? What is his name? If he's an expert and a reliable source, you should tell us your source.
There he is.
What's his name?
What's his name?
Jesus.
I'm looking it up, bro, because I have a different name for the other guy that's a fire marshal. So I got the wrong name earlier. Let me look up this guy's name again. I got countless fire marshals. You got nothing but laughter. That's crazy. Here's his picture, and all you can do is repeat where's his name, because I don't have his name.
Oh, here's his picture.
Type it in because you have nothing.
No, I'm right here on the computer. Tell us his name. You have
nothing. You
Burden of proof.
didn't pass third grade.
Wait.
You DJ, you couldn't answer a fifth grade math question. So let's not talk about who
You
did
brought
pass
up a
third
fifth
grade.
grade math question because that's all you guys know. God damn.
That's not what. But you don't know it.
Yeah, the point
You
is
said that. You said that. I didn't say that. I
You
said
couldn't
I don't
answer
have
the question. So
deflection.
the
I
point
wouldn't answer
is,
the
the
why
point
he's
is that
making that
if you
claim.
can't answer a question like that, why
Other
should
than
we trust you on
DJ, you
it?
can't even tell us who your source is. You can't tell us who he is.
Gateway pundit.
Just pulled up
You
some
said it was
random
that
person
time.
on
It's
TikTok.
Gateway
mainstream news.
pundit.
So you pulled up some
Gateway
random guy
pundit.
on TikTok. You say he's an expert. We asked you for your source, and you go, "Well, here's his picture." So that means he knows everything.
Guys. Oh, hold up. Look at this. Look at this. Exact picture.
Did you find it?
Yeah. Royal Navy to fuel Dragonfire laser weapon.
Oh, Royal Navy. That's way
Wow,
recent.
DJ, look, it's your picture from the Royal
West
Navy.
Force.
Wow. So
Boom.
your source is fake. Oh my God.
Hey, DJ, where's the Royal Navy?
Wow. And Gateway pundit.
On the other
Gateway
side.
pundit. He's on the Gateway pundit, guys.
Hey,
Hey,
DJ,
Alexander, pull up
Can't prove
Gateway
it
pundit.
wrong.
Pull up what?
We just did, dude.
Pull up
Hey,
what?
Alexander, go look up Gateway pundit and go to the Wikipedia page and show us what it says.
Gateway what?
Pundit.
Gateway pundit. This is his reliable source.
Yep. Look, scroll down.
Go to like Wikipedia or something that explains it.
Wiki.
Wiki. Watch this. Open.
Arborist, by the way.
Read the first sentence.
The American far-right fake news website. The website is known for publishing falsehood, hoaxes, and conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
And guess who
That's his expert
takes all
source.
of his information from there?
No, he ran away, guys. He ran away.
Yeah, I know
Did,
anyway, but it's better to
Nico,
expose
you
them
didn't
even when
kick
they're
him,
gone.
right?
No, I didn't touch him. He
Yo,
jumped.
DJ,
Yeah, you realize what he did, right? Before he left, he was like, "You can't," or he literally went third grade and went, "You can't prove it wrong." He literally did that.
So, that picture is from the Royal Navy, which is UK, and he claimed that picture is a picture of an energy beam.
The conspiracy theory nonsense article that.
Look at the comments. Look at the comments. Look at the comments. He's back in the comments. He's coping over here. Was confirmed paid $9 million by
Wait, hold on.
I don't even know what an arborist was.
Hold on. Saying that's a biased source when you just claimed the Gateway Pundit as your source, which has been proven to be far-right propaganda. And you have the nerve to say that Reuters is a biased source, and in the same sentence you quote the Gateway Pundit. And on top of that, like I said, the laser beam that you said caused the U.S. wildfires, we trace the picture back. It's the Royal Navy. It's the UK. So it's not even on in this country. You're full of shit and you're getting muted. Fuck you. How about that?
Oh yeah.
Oh, what an
Look at Barry. Yeah.
dude, Carter, your favorite method of fighting conspiracists? Let's just show him some basic math question from fifth grade.
I don't know why, but it's more entertaining.
I know why.
It's -9, right? I'm not tripping.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's -9.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had sea level on earlier, and we asked him what the square root of 16 was, and he couldn't answer it for like a good hour.
I hate that guy.
See, that's just no. I mean, I just gotta say that it really pisses me off because when you bring up the subject of like the wildfires, like it's caused significant loss of life, loss of property, loss of ecosystem. Here and claim all of that was caused by a government laser energy beam. Like that, it's such a slap in the face.
Yeah, especially considering on like if we're going to actually fight back here. I don't know if you guys know what Trump did in Northern California, where he wasted like 2 billion gallons of water. But yeah, like that. I feel like it's more to draw attention away from those things. And
Yeah, that's Trump's whole strategy. Is he does these ridiculous things that pulls people's attention away from what he's really doing. They said that before. Former Trump administration has come out and said that is his strategy. He overwhelms the media with all this ridiculous nonsense like Gulf of America. Because everybody focus on that, and you start missing what he's really doing in the background.
Yep.
Yeah, no, just people are. I think I'm pretty much done platforming DJ. I mean, I've given him too much exposure.
I don't blame you at all. Yeah.
But all right, Gavin, take care, bro. But my whole thing is to like, okay, you want to run around and claim the Earth is flat, like whatever. You're delusional, but go on and be a moron. But then you take a tragedy like that. Our own government is doing it with laser beams.
Yep.
You know, it's just it's disrespectful is what it is, and I don't want to platform that, to be honest.
Some people make me afraid for humanity.
Yeah, that's just sick, you know.
Darwin says let him die.
But and the thing, like I was telling Nico, that the guy DJ, bro, he sends me messages, he mentions me in a bunch of videos. Like I'm like, what the fuck?
I think DJ has a crush on you.
Dude, it's weird, bro. It's really fucking weird.
He's a little upset.
I started live without him joining, and then when I mute an account, he goes on another account, and then another account, and another account. I'm just like, when the fuck does it end? Like, if I gotta get to the point where I just block all his accounts, and so be it. Fuck, no, hell no, cat. Ew.
I don't know if DJ has anyone else in his love life, so maybe Tesseract fills that hole for him.
How do you guys feel
He's definitely
about?
feeling. He's definitely.
What are you gonna say, Seymour?
By the way, my name is Sleep in Russian. I forgot to say, you guys. Yeah, my grandma's Russian. Heck yeah. How do you guys feel about
Welcome.
and
With freaking laser beams.
Fuck yes. I knew it was gonna happen. Austin Powers.
and dinosaurs with guns on the side of their back or whatever, with like a machine gun, you know?
Yeah, just mount a machine gun tripod on the back of a dinosaur and take it into battle.
Heck yeah.
That's why we need to bring back
that's
guys.
Yeah, that's like the type of stuff DJ be watching.
Wait, is that thing real? This is like super random, but like, can they bring back like woolly mammoths using their DNA?
No.
No.
We need both maternal and paternal genes. And
manages crazy things.
Yeah. We could likely thing that would resemble mammoth cells, but nothing like an actual fucking mammoth living and breathing.
Yeah, you'll need like a live mammoth, you know.
Yeah. It's the Frankenstein.
You use like half the flat earthers, and you'd have mammoths, you know, themselves.
Bro, you got a lot of
I mean,
gas.
it's War Thunder. Hold on.
No, it's
It's War
City.
Thunder.
Yeah,
Really, dude?
it's
Let's play War Thunder, guys.
Yeah, we need a fucking War Thunder server.
War Thunder squad.
Yeah, whole squad.
I'm actually deleting shit on my PC to make room for DCS. I want to try it.
Nah, it's not good.
Oh yeah, it's worth it, bro.
No, it
It's worth it.
Just get a bigger drive.
I'm kind of broke.
No, actually, screw DCS. Play War Thunder. That's all you need.
I just
All
hate the
you need is
grind,
War
bro. Like I play 1 or 2 games and I already get bored.
You don't have
Yeah,
to
that's
grind.
okay.
I love my derpy little free tank. I don't even care. I'm like past that rank.
You got the little tiny tank. The tankette.
It's okay. The L free like warms my soul a little bit.
Oh my goodness.
Every time I need a good laugh, I just hold down the O button. Look at them switch from there.
Ramming into your teammates.
No, that's a terrible idea.
You're that person.
But listen.
I found you. I'm coming to your house, dude. I've been looking for you.
I haven't done it in like 3 years, bro.
No, what you have to do is you have to let down your gears. You gotta hit their wing.
No, the real.
Oh my goodness.
Put down the landing gear, hit their wing off.
See, me and you haven't done privates.
It's gonna like do everything like change your radar.
Nah, we're gonna fight real quick, just so I can prove this to you. I gotta show you.
We're gonna fight.
Do that. What aircraft are you?
What
you
BR are you at? What BR are you at?
For ground 6, but
What about aviation?
5.7. 5.7.
Oh my goodness, you're cooked. Any other countries you're like in jets or whatever?
Not yet, no. Or yeah, I got.
So 5.7 against me?
No. I'm gonna switch
Here,
the fucking
what's your guys'
lineup.
What's your guys' user?
You okay? I don't think I can say mine.
Yeah, you want mine? It's very
Lowercase
simple.
MOM.
Okay.
POUNDR. 01. 01 after that.
PURD.
POU.
Oh my.
D. 01.
I love it.
Yeah. Add me and then I'll add you to this group, and then Nico's in the other one.
MOM. Wait, MOM. POUNDR.
Come on, spell English. Spell English.
Spell red.
R. Wait, no. You mean run. You mean run. Spell run.
RED.
Okay, got you.
I was talking about that Beetlejuice clip. Y'all didn't get it.
You said 0. You said 01.
One.
It's not showing. You're cooked, bro. You're cooked. It just said mine.
Repeat.
It just said mine.
Repeat back.
MOM.
Oh, wait, lowercase or uppercase? All right, we'll wait for that response then. 3 to 5 business days. Anyway.
Well, I think this slide is dying.
Yeah.
So,
Hell no, this slide is alive and well.
Yeah, it is.
no.
Well,
All lowercase.
Holy shit,
Yes,
are you
all
still trying to figure out his name?
Repeat it.
Just like mine, bro.
Jesus.
Repeat it again.
A lowercase m, lowercase o, lowercase m, lowercase p, lowercase o, u, n, d, e, r.
Nope, not ER, not ER, just R. Just R. Just NTR.
zero
I
one.
did you
There
find
you go, you fucking. There you go, you fucking dumbass.
Finally.
Mom Pounder. That's what.
I love the name, by the way.
Thank you.
Into us. Good boy.
All right. All right.
Yeah, good.
Hold on, let me see. Eamon, you.
Excuse me?
F8U2, F100D.
Are you acting to dogfight me?
Yeah, I was in a little thing. 1 second.
What you want to dogfight in? Tell me the BO. Let me see what I got.
What do you think about?
Well, you see what I was saying about this Bro Smith. Do you know who he is?
Yeah, he said, "Welcome to my block list." I mean,
I didn't bother to check the box.
I blocked him, but I keep looking at his Bro Smith, and it turns into host. What the fuck does that mean? That means he's hosting a fucking live, right?
No. It means he's blocked you. You can't see him.
It says he's my friend.
Really?
Yeah, but I keep saying I keep seeing host come up under his name, like he has hosted our live.
Yeah, I can't see his account either. Either he blocked me too, and I didn't say shit to him, or
yeah. It says Light Over Dark says he's in the comments, but I can't see anything, so he must have blocked me.
So I just went to his account. It says account not found.
That's what I'm saying. It says account not found.
Well,
he either blocked
I just now blocked him. So
okay, well that's fucking weird.
Yeah, see what I mean? These fucking. I
don't care if he wants to block me. I don't need him. If he wants to block me, oh well.
I didn't know he existed.
Half these some bitches are AIs, dude.
What's your math question, Barry? Just curious. I might answer that. Now I got to go to bed.
Damn, it's already 1 o'clock.
It's 2:20 here, man. Why can't somebody else answer it? Why does DJ got to answer it? Why can't I answer it? I want to answer a math question.
Outside, I didn't read it. Let me look. I got more than 2 videos. What are you talking about?
No, he's talking about Bro. Bro Smith only has 2 videos.
I didn't get triggered. I got dropped first off. He muted and blocked me. and cried and acted like a child and called me all these names, being on drugs, I have to be burnout, brain dead, delusional, when he had nothing. All they have is slander, bro, and defamation, and all these name calling and childlike is what that other Cartman guy was doing. Is that right? Is that regular? He didn't do nothing on me. He made a claim.
Was Loki in there with him? Was
I don't
Loki in there
remember,
with him?
but probably. But he made a claim that Gateway Pundit wasn't a source. That
I dust Loki every time I'm in there with him.
For propaganda, to promote propaganda. That's exactly how it
It
went
was
down.
probably Tesseract, Loki, and Level. Probably guarantee those three. Those three are joined at the hip.
I dealt with Level earlier. I deal with him every day, and he has nothing but, oh, what does anti-S mean? And then I ask him, well, what is a Semite? And then he blocks me. Exactly. Well, I got him to finally admit he knows what a Semite is. So anyway, that's over with.
So Barry, I'm curious. Why are you chasing man around? If he left, why did you have to chase him?
I'll sign and send you a CD like Hasselblad, buddy. All the fanboys out here. Come on now.
Man, I was just in Tesseract's last live, like, what, 20 minutes before I came in here.
Issue. Either ask your question so the panel can answer it, and then or leave. Seriously.
We can watch it if you would like. That's exactly what happens every time I'm in his live. I got more.
You're welcome to come up into a flat Earth live and see how well you do, bud.
Live
was. You want to talk shit from the cheap seats.
Showed up. Use your common sense. Oh wait, you don't have any.
You can ask the panel, or you can go bye-bye.
Live's been going on. I have been here since before 9 o'clock. So it was not because of him that we put this little live together. So, you can take your feelings and pack them up, buddy.
Fuck, last night I run one from 11 to like 9 this morning.
He's saying what he's saying is he left that live and started scrolling through, and your live showed up because he was just involved in the live with him. That does happen. I will tell you that.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. But they also say that I'm like grifting and I'm just like, I need you guys in order to do stuff. I've been flat smacking before I met y'all and got friends with y'all. Y'all are my family now. We're all together building this thing to what it is. But no, I didn't. I provided information to Fred that he didn't know. He gave me information I didn't know. We built on it and worked together that we could flat smack people. The same with you guys. We always do that. Nobody's here clinging to anybody. Oh, I need help getting flat smacked. You know what Tesseract does? He always phones in Level, Devil, and Hasselblad because they have nothing. A Level Devil phones in Hasselblad, and they just flounder because nobody can defend themselves. That's the fact.
All Hasselblad all he can do is cry like a little bitch and talk about pictures, and he's usually wrong about that. And that's what his supposed profession is.
Most of them don't understand just basic perspective. That whole idea behind it. The very fact that...
Is this really the math question, dude? Is this really it?
It's the lines of perspective for you. You can't grasp these very, very basic principles, which are what? Art fucking law.
Okay, I have to ask, is there something to this? Is there a reason that he's asking 3 times -3?
I got the video. He deflected straight to that and said, hey, answer the childlike question. And started doing that nonsense. If you can't answer that, then I was like, that's deflection. Why don't you answer my question about why this expert here is making the claim? Yeah, that's all it was. He made a claim I was wrong and couldn't prove it, so he deflected to that to try to make me look like a child when he was acting like a child. I got the video, dude. I don't have to answer it. It's deflection. He didn't answer my question, so I'm not answering that stupid-ass third-grade question.
That's why I don't go in low lives, man, because they do shit like this.
I don't do third-grade science. I do fucking adult physics. Sorry, guys. But you can't even answer that question. You want me to answer it for you? I don't think so. What is the answer? I've done this shit in 3rd grade, bro. Where's the curve on y equals mx plus b on the flat graphing paper? Answer me that one. Fuck.
Like, was this equation integral in, like, some argument? Like, I don't understand how it fits into the whole shape of the Earth.
Hey, Barry, I got one for you. Give me the derivative of 3x squared minus 2x plus 1.
I'm still kind of confused about the 3 times minus 3. What the fuck?
It's 3 times.
It's the third. It's the third derivative. It's like you have you have an equation, a parabolic equation, and then the derivative, the first derivative of a parabolic equation is the slope. The second one is the acceleration. This is the way it works.
Okay.
It's,
I thought he was trying to make some little stupid question come out to 0. I'm like, what the?
Oh, you talking about 3 times -3?
Yeah.
Oh,
Zero.
well, I thought you was talking about D3, the third derivative, dude.
No, I think
No, 3 times -3 is 0 because you're fucking got a -3. It's 0.
Yep, come on now. Can't do basic math. Oh, yeah, let's talk
What's the derivative?
I mean, did he expect a different answer? That's what I was wondering.
I mean, it cooks gravity, parabolic. Come on now. Let's talk about it.
You could even write it down, Barry. I'll give it to you, man. We'll give you an easy one. What's the derivative of 3x cubed minus 2x squared? Hold on, let me write it down so I don't get the thing. 3x cubed minus 2x squared minus or plus 8x minus 4 equals 0. What's the derivative? You need me to repeat it?
I got a good math question. How about St. Mary's to Chicago at 57 miles, 8 inches squared per mile? Let him figure that up. See if he can come up with the answer.
I'm just messing with him. I don't really care.
I mean, obviously.
I mean, there's a math question he should be able to answer.
Yeah.
Yep, and nobody explained to me. I mean, I've never been in school. I didn't hear about y equals mx plus b having to do with curvature, but I've been told it does for a year without explanation. If I'm wrong, let me know what the curvature is on y equals mx plus b, but I use flat graphing paper, straight datum lines, parallel to each other all throughout middle school and elementary when doing that type of math. So I'm curious to how it would work on a globe. Barry. Like, since we're staying in the middle school math and they don't want to go any higher than that because they can't comprehend it. I don't know. I don't get that. Real quick, I'm making a soundboard for Hasselblad, though, when he flipped out. See if I can get that. So quick. If it changes, like, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I am no technical wizard, but it's shit like that I would love to be able to do.
His account is straight up Troll City, man. I just boot him out and quit wasting time with him.
If anybody's an agent, it's him. I can't say it on it, but for sure he gives the vibes, the way he just deflects, and he goes and teaches these people when they're uneducated. They run to him, and then all of a sudden they know how to parrot the responses. He's in live with Vogue, and all the people that go to him after shitting on us have rainbows in it from being in their lives. That's all I'm going to say on it. It's very weird.
Man, they're really pathetic, man. They literally like circle gangs. I'm just gonna call it that. We're gonna call it circle gangs just so I don't get the live taken down.
Yep.
I muted them permanently.
I'm tired of playing their little games, man. They have nothing. They have no, like, what is your purpose? Okay, guys, this is what I'm going to say, right? Now, if you go in and provoke somebody in the Globe Live, I'm not going to fully defend you because I've been there, and you kind of deserve what you get because you know what you're going into. So if that's what you did, DJ, I don't feel sorry for you, but I don't.
That's exactly what I did. I've been doing it for a week, and he has nothing. I know what I'm getting into.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I agree with you.
Yeah, so I can't defend you for that. But my point is, like, why is there a Globe Live to begin with? Why do college kids sit around and talk about the shape of the earth like it's some new thing?
Well, my only explanation is because 5 of them admitted to getting paid to teach science.
Oh, yeah.
You can do what you want with that information on TikTok. Who's paying anybody that we know of around here to do TikTok science, like any of the teachers we know in our community? So go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, why? That's got to, I think they're getting college credits and everything for it. It's like a social study or something like that.
Because we're a threat to them. We are a threat.
I don't know that I believe that, Aaron. I think you're right, but I don't know that to them, to the people that are doing it. There may be some mystical things going on behind, and I'm using the term mystical as not mystical, but mystical. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some things mystical going behind the scenes, but it's not to them. We're not a threat to them. Why would I be a threat to a guy who believes in the globe?
No,
My thing is,
we're a threat to the people that pays them.
that's what I'm saying. So you got a bunch of 20 to 35-year-old guys sitting around on TikTok in a live talking about how the shape of the earth is a globe, which is something you're taught from kindergarten. You can't
Well, you
make
know
that
what?
make sense.
That's what proves how fast we're growing and how powerful we're getting. Because if we were just a bunch of idiots that meant nothing, they would not be doing what they're doing to try to shut us down. We are
So,
a
True
threat.
Stop, are you Glober? Are you flat Earth? What? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Aaron. I'm hearing music,
I
and I
was going
think
to ask him
it's a
too.
True Stop. True Shop.
How
True
you
Shop,
doing,
are you there?
Truth?
He's got some music going. I don't know if he can hear us or not.
Hey, Truth, are you there, buddy?
He may not know he's in the live. I've done that before, not even know I was in a live yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Or if it helps. Yeah, I'm at work. I'm sorry about the noise.
How you doing?
It's a lot of doorbells.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm at the job. I'm a clerical here. It's a lot of noise. I'm gonna be very quick. I just dropped in to ask one question. I'm a young flat earther, and I don't know much about it, but I did some research and everything. And so, what I do see more and more prevalent is, the argument between the global, and the flat earthers is always a big, huge debate. And what I'm finding is a lot of flat earthers, they don't have good arguments versus the Globers, because the Globers got the machine on their side, and they got all of this CGI footage, and they got all this mainstream stuff, so it's hard to combat that. So, in your estimation, what are against the globalists? Like, if you're in a debate with them, what are the best ways to debate?
It's outside. Not any hypothetical for CGI. Outside. That's it.
I suggest tell them keep it to the ground, keep it flat. Let's stick to what we live on. Let's not worry about space. Let's not worry about gravity.
True Shop. Whenever somebody's talking, can you mute up? I can't hear. I can't even hear Aaron at all. You care to mute while he's talking?
What was I saying there? What was his question again? What was he asking again? Oh, what
was your talking point?
Oh, yeah, what's the talking point? I keep the talking point away from space, away from the galaxy or whatever, your sun, eclipses, everything, because we're talking about one subject, flat Earth. Show me proof of a globe without your NASA bullshit or without your NASA calculations and your pseudoscience and your mathematical theory. Show me something that you can show for proof that the Earth is round, because I can show you proof that it's flat. That's where I try to keep it at.
The number one thing you got to remember when you go into those lives is they always want to try to use the sky to prove rotation, and they want to use the sky to prove the shape of the floor. Well, I'm a carpenter by trade. Aaron does carpentry, and if you do finish carpentry, you can't measure the ceiling and then know what your dimension is on your floor. It's going to be off. You know, you can't use the floor to measure the ceiling. It don't work. Number two, water. Water is your friend. It's always flat. It's always level. It's always going to find its level. It's always going to find its equilibrium. No matter where you measure it, no matter how you do it, that's the way it's going to be. They're going to tell you that over time and over distance, it's going to break. It's going to bend. It never bends. It always finds level. If you can measure it perfectly level in an inch, you can measure it perfect level across 20 miles. So it's just that simple.
And if when they start showing that they are never ever going to go out and actually do some experiments yourself, boot their ass, get rid of them, get away from them, because if somebody's not willing to do the experiment or actually do the research yourself, they're just wasting your time.
Yeah, and a lot of times you're going to find that it's better to walk away from an argument, even if they're, well, you're a this and you're a that because you don't know, blah, blah, blah. You're better off to walk away from it, strengthen your skills, and come back again, you know? Because being not knowing something or even being wrong about something doesn't mean that it changes the shape of the earth that you live on. Just then they're going to try to make you feel that way. Toughen your skin, walk out, and get your ammo better, get your arsenal better, and if you want to go back and learn more or try to debate more, then go back. I don't recommend going into debates young and green. I recommend going in and watching a little while.
Well, that's what I did to, like, a lot of you. I mean, there's so many people in here that I consider legends because, like I say, I mean, last February when I found out, I did come back on. I kind of made some apologies. Then I had a different name, and my account got fucked with real quick. But I was like, I don't know. I was like still in shock that I found out it was flat. So I'm running around telling everybody they're a fucking idiot. You're stupid. It's flat. And I was going to Globies side and I got in so much trouble that I just deleted that account. I opened up this one. And then what I did, I just decided that I wasn't going to join no lies. I wasn't going to do nothing. What I was going to do is sit back and just listen to these people that has done this for years, that has done their research, that I found out actually has more education and schooling than some of these college professors, you know, and then I just listened to them. I took down notes. I've went to libraries to find books because you couldn't find stuff on Google. I done everything I could to kind of get myself to where I felt comfortable enough to even come up on a live. Like I wouldn't even get in the chat. I just sat there on the For You page and listened to people. And that's why I say, when I say I learned more in a year's time than I ever have in my life, that I'm being dead serious. I have learned more information, real information, true information than I have ever heard in my life. Like I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I was a kindergartner till last year. Right now,
I still feel because, or at least maybe first grade, because you know there's still a lot. I mean, I know the physics side and I know all that, and I can in some of the battles I can go against the big dogs, but then if they know something that I don't know, I can weaken my argument, my stance, and you know they record stuff too, and that, you know, if you're in a battle you shouldn't have been in, you can make your side look bad, you know. And it's really not about us against them, it's about the truth. But it's harder to bring somebody to the truth when they make you look bad. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
And that's part of the reason why I didn't even get into discussions. I didn't join lives. I didn't even join the chats. I just sat back. I watched people get flat smacked. I have watched people over this time. I have seen Globies become flat earthers. I have wrote down information that I heard people talk about. Katie's big on electrostatics, and she's got her little gifts. Kingdom, I love Kingdom.
Boo Bear's good.
Yeah, Boo Bear is good. I really click with Kingdom because Kingdom's not a religious person, but she is one of the most spiritual women that I know.
I don't know if I've come across her yet.
Oh my gosh, you gotta look her up. I mean, she is actually, she's in movie production.
That's awesome.
Not small, not like your shit you see on TV with Clint, whoever, Brad Pitt and all that. Kind of almost like screen movies, you know what I mean? But she's good. She is an amazing artist, a beautiful singer, a beautiful songwriter. She is so awesome. Gifted, but her spiritual connection is like when you sit and listen to her and you have a discussion with her. I'm just telling you, have you ever just talked to somebody that is so spiritual that when they talk to you, you can feel it in your heart?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can talk to her, and it's like when she is talking, it's almost like God talking to me. It literally is. She has such a kindred spirit and a sincere spirit about her relationship with her creator and her spirituality that you can't help but it to just pass on to you.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And so I love.
Some people make it simple for you. You know what I mean? That's usually the way it works. Is if she makes it simple and she's got the resonance, then that's where it's at. That's the way I feel. If somebody's talking and they're talking in the right tones, and I don't just mean tone, I mean the right tones, the right frequencies, then they can reach you. You know what I mean?
She's also got a channel of nothing but music she's written, and I mean, she shared all of her. I don't know if it was a public music, because you know how you can have a library that's private, that people can't see. I think it might have been her private library, so I won't share it. I have shared some of her.
I'm gonna look her up if I can chase your friends list. I think I can. I might be able to chase your friends list, your follow list,
and she does. The reason I know is because she never tells her name on here. Nobody knows her name. Everybody knows her as Kingdom Piratess.
I don't tell my name.
When she sent me her playlist. When she sent me her playlist and some other stuff, it actually was her real name. And I know how private she is about her name. So I don't know if she sent me
come on, ruthless.
You know what I mean? A list that she does keep private and trusted me. So I don't mention her true name, but I'm telling you, this woman
I don't mean to interrupt. Did you see the picture he just put up? Show it again, Ruthless, the last one. He's derailing you.
I don't mean to interrupt either. She found out we're both Aquariuses the other day when she was going through my music and found that I sampled that song from the 60s. And she, all right, what's going on here? I was like, yeah, I'm an Aquarius. I am too. No freaking way. Yeah, I love her, bro.
No, I'm going to have to look her up. You see what he's got on his picture, Aaron?
Oh, so you know who she is, Ruthless? Because when TikTok shut down there for a minute, she closed her account.
That was DJ that said he knew.
Oh, yeah. She found my music and started asking questions, and that's how she found out we're both Aquarius. On the
I was going to say something.
She's pretty amazing. She really is. I mean, I didn't realize she was so young. I mean, when like when I actually seen her videos and stuff, I like, because she has an old soul. You know what I'm saying? Her wisdom and the way she talks and her spirituality, you think of somebody that's at least my age, at least in their upper 50s or something. And when I actually seen it, I'm like, oh my God, I did not know that she was that young of a girl, you know?
Yeah.
But I was blown away. But yeah, she just has this kindred spirit about her that is so enjoyable just to listen to. When she gets into starts getting into her spiritual, you know, explanations of things and talks, it's just you can't help but sit there and shut up and listen. You don't even want to talk to her. You don't want to interrupt. You just want to listen to her.
Hey, Truth Shop, did we help you any? Are you still hanging in, or?
Yeah, she helped me out a great deal. You know, I know it's a lot of research and a lot of self teaching that's involved. It is a very delicate subject because we've been drilled this in our minds since kindergarten. The big ball of water spinning, you know, in outer space. That's how
Yeah.
they indoctrinated us, and it's a very strong brainwashing effect. So to tell people, oh, the world is flat, okay, then they look at you as a quack, okay, and when you study Copernicus and all this stuff, you find that you're living in a freaking matrix, and I think only gifted people will really connect to this truth. And I see people tearing each other's heads off trying to prove otherwise. I heard some people arguing yesterday on the live. They was arguing about the gravity and the Coriolis and all of this.
The gravity and Coriolis is if you know it, you know it. But otherwise, learn it before you go into those battles, because they're going to be studied up on it. You know what I mean? They're going to know it. You know, just like Paul in the thing here, he's talking about there is rotation. Um, here's one that I know that a lot of people don't know. Anytime you have rotation, you have what is known as tangential acceleration. Tangential velocity turns into tangential acceleration because it's a rotational force, and in order to move in a circular pattern, you have to constantly change your vector, your force vector, which means it's acceleration, which means you would constantly feel a force. So no matter how fast or how slow you are spinning, even if it's constant, it's always changing, which means acceleration, which proves that we can't live on a globe because we don't feel that motion. It's just little things that you gotta, you'll learn over time.
I agree. Like the flower of life thing, yeah, that's around here. I mean, if that's what he's saying, like if he's just implying that like the sky rotates, and if you look at the full as above, so below, you could say the whole sky and the sky beneath, making a full dome. The only sphere there is the full dome when you get that below half, maybe, on that belief. Maybe that whole thing is rotating. Maybe
Yeah, I
that's
don't know if he's talking about the clock. If he's talking about the sky rotating, I don't believe the sky, the dome itself rotates. I believe the matter within the sky rotates. I believe that's
right,
why
right,
we
right.
have we have the toroidal field, and the stars and the sun and the moon are within the dome.
Exactly. The toroidal field in the aether spins and stars and all that reflection.
Yeah.
Essentially.
But I mean, there's so many things that I'm still a little green on and stuff, but their biggest thing is they want to try to use the sky against you because it's the one thing that none of us can prove. They're going to tell you that NASA can prove it because they've took a rocket ship and been there. Really? Then how come we don't have the imagery to prove it? Everything that you've given us is suspect. And that's at the very least. So if you've been there to prove it, then why can't you give us clear-cut, undeniable proof of it? We have imagery of it. No, you have very suspect imagery. You have $73 billion worth of money a year to prove this, and you've got astronauts, quotes, astronauts doing flips in zero gravity chambers and a underwater ISS in Houston, you know? Come on, guys. We should be more than that. If it's there and it's that simple, there should be a lot more than that. You know? That's all I'm going to say to that.
Well, we do got
I don't think Russia's the only one to do away with their space center for not getting through the firmament, right?
I didn't hear you, DJ. What'd you say?
Oh, I apologize for your rocket thing. I said, I don't think Russia's the only one to cancel their space program, admitting they couldn't get through, right?
No. I think that's what happened with the 1987. Was it 87? And that, you know, it was a big challenge. We'll say that. I don't like to talk about it because I don't know how much they can take you down for on your lives. So I don't usually use words.
They just agreed in silence to continue to just lead us because they couldn't do it, and they just went with it. If I can say it like that.
Well, I think that was a control factor because it was common people that were no longer with us after that event. You know, like a teacher, something. You know, just random people that basically won the lottery to go up into space and on live TV in front of everyone, children included. The thing went to nothing. You know, conveniently, and ended the space program. It's like making it where even the common folk don't want to try to get there anymore. You know, I think that's all it was.
Well, Elon's still proving it.
Yeah, I think so.
I just think he's arrogant. Sorry.
Elon scares me. I'm not going to lie to you. Elon scares me with this Neuralink thing and AI and the cyberbots and stuff that they've got now. I mean, it's scary. It really is scary stuff. They've already got this Neuralink into paralysis patients. You know, there was a quadriplegic that was moving stuff with his mind. You know.
Yeah, well, he's got chips in his own brain.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. So I don't think he's my Mr. Go-to for my protection. I'm going to have some severe discernment to get past him.
Well, my joke is, it's like Elon knows damn well he's not jumping in a rocket going to Mars.
Yeah.
He is blown up. He is blown up multiple. He is blown up. He is blown up multiple. He is blown up. He is blown up multiple.
So, like with Elon is like, I want to trust him, and I want it to be him trying to prove that everything is a lie up to this point. But with him dabbing into that other stuff, like the AI and all that, and then you look in, Shan's a big wordplay guy, and he'll open your eyes to things. And what he does is right, because when words are created, they're created as a symbol, as a representation of the object, right? So that's the reason the letters are chosen.
But I know what he says about it, but my thing is why I don't trust Elon. It's not about the Neuralink. I mean, yeah, all of that's a bunch of bullshit that shouldn't be even attempted to happen. But if he is still trying to pretend that he can take us to Mars and he is going to colonize us on Mars, then he is a deceiver. Period.
Yeah. Well, see, here's the thing, though. That's what I was going to talk about, the Mars thing. That's where I was going with the Shand, and I broke it down into an acronym. And I don't think it means that he wants to send us to Mars. I think the Mars, all that stuff that's set up in Canada, is set up as a psyop, and to make us think that they're actually trying to go to the planet, the quote planet Mars. But I think it's involving the Neuralink, and it's called the Modular Artificial Reality Simulator.
It's weird to have a movie that just come out like that. That's exactly what it is. They're lining up to go to space, but when the guy gets through and it's like, oh, he's getting shipped off, he gets a chip put in his head, he hallucinates, and he's thrown in the fire.
Yep, exactly. And you know that they have to tell us the truth in plain sight.
Have you seen the deal where they have made these colonies underwater?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah. I've only seen bits of it, but yeah.
I believe that's 100% real. Not only did they make these colonies, they genetically engineered the people. You know, they were laboratory grown, so they know no different. They literally believe that's their universe. And, you know, so, I mean, I don't know. I mean, if that's already going on, there's no telling where he tries to put people. We do know there's places in British Columbia where they film Mars crap. Mm-hmm. You know, up in Canada. I mean, I don't know.
I think, like I said, I think it's a psyop. I think it's just to say that they're trying to do that, and they're calling it that, but in the end, because like I said, if it's a deceiver, there's rules of engagement with the deceiver. He has to tell us. They have to give us it's an agreement with the creator, as he has to show things in plain sight to give us the discernment. If it's a true deception and we don't have the discernment, it goes against God's rules, right? Because God wants to take him out. He can take him out right now, at the blink of an eye. He can speak him into existence. He can speak him out of existence, right? So if he has to play by the rules, and it's allowed to happen because it's in the book. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way I believe it. And then they have to show us the truth in plain sight. So they give us these things to show movies, and the television shows you things that can happen. And then you have to decide whether that's your reality or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, I think that's the way it works. You have to put a stop to it, because we've all been told our whole lives that whatever technology we are shown was 20 years ago. So just look, most of us are probably on our cell phones on TikTok right now, right? Look at that cell phone in your hand if you're on it, and how much technology is in that compared to what we had 20 years ago. And just think of where they probably are now, what they've actually got, what they can do.
Well, what's that new plane that don't even fly by any kind of jet propulsion? Is it the T3 Manta or the TR something 3 Manta?
I've seen something that looked like a Dyson vacuum cleaner with like circles that was flying, but I don't know if that's what you're talking about.
No, this one basically looks like a triangle. There is no motor on it. There's no engine. It works with like electrostatics.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Like levitation, basically?
It flies just like a UFO. This thing just came out just now. It's in Australia. And it's like, when you look at the date that they actually invented this thing and made it, they're telling us it's a brand new plane. But this thing, when they first started making the prototype, when they made the prototype, was 1999. So that means we're 20 25 years behind on their technology that they actually truly have over us. And this thing literally flies like a freaking UFO. It don't need no type of jet propulsion.
That's so wild. I mean, I know that they're not far from that anyway, because like you go to Disney parks or whatever, and you ride the monorail, it's levitating. It's literally riding on a cushion of electricity, you know.
Yeah.
And you know that if they can lift a train and it go that fast, that a small craft with the right conditions, you know, can be done. I just wonder, it makes you wonder, does it create its own magnetic field around it to propel off of? It's got to. Or have they really been able to tap into the ether?
Some people call me stupid, but that's why I believe that the ISS can actually be up there.
Mm-hmm.
It's not in outer space orbiting Earth, but I do think they have the technology to make that sit up there and hover around.
Well, I mean, if you look into the ISS and Starlink, they've all say that they have different fuels and stuff to maintain orbit. So that tells you that they're not in what they claim as true Earth orbit, because true Earth orbit wouldn't require any fuel. So that means that they're hovering at an altitude doing something. And it may be that they've tapped into the toroidal field. You know what I mean? They may be
that's what I believe.
Paul's kind of saying that, and he's calling it the Van Allen radiation belts, but I think it's the toroidal field, and I do believe the dome is real. I believe both exist. So my thing is, if they could tap into that toroidal field we know follows that pattern, and if it's somehow magnetically attracted to that, I could see that working. That doesn't mean that it's in outer space like they claim.
Yeah, that's my point.
No.
Yeah, it's I don't believe it's impossible for it to be up there, but it is not what they say it is. It's not where they say it is, and there is reasons why it's able to be up there.
Paul, I'm curious, would Paul like to come up and talk a minute, or you just want to hang out in the chat?
Nah, he's just trolling. He's another grade 4 educated person that thinks they're smart. That's all.
Well, he seems to be on our side, but I can't tell. I mean, he's got some good points, but I don't know if it's a troll.
He's not at all. He thinks space is real and the ISS is up there orbiting and it's in a maglev. All these stupid things. If you've been reading, he's totally against it. Look at his.
Well, no, I mean, I think I'm not disagreeing with him on the ISS could be real, but it's only real in it's not real as what they tell us it is. But I do think that they have found, because the magnetic field of Earth is a very, very powerful thing. Like, I mean, there's things that can tap into it, but it doesn't mean it's in space. See, there's a difference in what they're calling space and what they call low Earth orbit and what they call the Kármán line and then what they call the exosphere, you know, and the ionosphere and all that stuff, you know. There's ionosphere and all that stuff, you know. There's
What you have to say down there, kind of interested in your opinion on everything.
Yeah, I didn't want to be rude and just butt in. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm 100% flat. I'm 100,000,000% flat. I was against ISS. I didn't believe it. I believed in balloons. I believed everything. But I literally just did every single thing that Faraday did. Everything's electric. Everything. There's nothing that can get away from being intrinsically composed of electric particles. Nothing. everything.
Now, say that again. You kind of spoke. I'm really tired, so you might even have to slow. Say what you said again.
I'm Irish as well, so it might be hard to understand.
No, I can understand you, but I'm having, like I said, my brain's not working at full capacity right now.
Okay, so I believe everything that you believed about balloons, ISS, satellites, everything's all faking up on balloons or helium. But I literally did everything that Michael Faraday did with electromagnetic system. Everything is electric. There's nothing that can escape being electric. Everything is composed intrinsically of tiny electrical particles. We are light beings. Everything is light.
Yep. I fully agree. I mean, they try to tell you that things can't be charged, but anything can have a charge. Anything can be polarized.
There's nothing that's not charged. If you're not charged, you're dead. You do not exist.
Two college students propelled sound faster than light. So how is that possible? All things are frequency, not energy particles. Frequency.
Everything is affected by everything else in a different way due to its amount of charged capacity, equipotential, electropotential. Put it this way. How can you measure the pressure of air if you're moving at 600 miles an hour through the air and the air around that is moving at 300 knots? How can you measure the pressure of that air?
I'm not real big.
In an aircraft, you're traveling at 600 miles an hour, and the wind can be traveling at 300 knots with you. They measure the air pressure on the outside of the vehicle. How do they measure the moving air?
You couldn't.
They don't. They measure the electro potential on the surface of the aircraft, which is directly corresponding to the height above the surface of the Earth, which is 350,000 volts potential.
Yeah, there's no way to get a true reading on that, especially if they claim that if they claim that the air is spinning. The higher you go, the faster the air would have to be moving to keep up with the Earth. So it would be impossible to keep a barometric pressure there. You couldn't do it.
How does an aircraft tell the pressure with electric? It's electrostatic. Electrostatic builds up on the surface of the aircraft. A static electric is static. It doesn't move. They can measure that. 1 meter above the surface of the Earth, the aircraft would read 100 volts. Yep. So it would say I am 1 meter above the surface of the Earth. At 35,000 feet, it would say there's 35,000 volts of electro potential on the outside of this craft. That also corresponds directly to the ISS, which is basically a giant Faraday cage.
So let me ask. I'm going to ask this question, and I'm not disagreeing with you in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Yep. But I have heard this, but I haven't, and I've also heard disputes to it. What is your source?
My source.
I would love to look in
all the known and available information there is to know about electromagnetic and light.
Right. I don't disagree, but
4.5 years of studying. Autodidactic.
Where would I go to? I'm not trying to fact check you. I'm very interested in chasing this same thought process. Where do I need to start?
Start with Michael Faraday. Start with him.
Michael Faraday. Okay.
Yeah, but guess where he got it? Guess where he got it? He even says it himself. He didn't find any of this. He uncovered it. He uncovered it from previous. Here's a wee story for you. Do you know our numbers? We use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Mm-hmm.
They're Arabic numbers, yes?
Right.
What do the Arabs call them?
I don't know.
They call them Indian numbers. What do the Indians call them? Asian numbers.
Probably.
Everything comes from before. No, everything under the sun has been, will be, and will be again.
Right. I agree with that to an extent, yes.
But so I've seen NASA documents talking about electrostatic orbit and satellites, I think, and propulsion. So, I mean, not that it's true, but I think there's a few NASA documents where they explain.
Also look into how they actually do maglev. You need massive amount of helium because it's the only thing that can cool the magnets quick enough to deal with the amount of heat that's generated, because you can't generate energy without heat.
Hey guys, sorry to interrupt, but I want to kind of understand. I want to understand what he is saying. So, Paul, are you explaining that like the electro current, the higher the plane goes, the more the electro current is that what helps it travel through the air better?
The higher you go, the more positive.
Oh.
But then you come to the bottom belly. You can check this all out. The lower part of the radiation belt is the exact same distance of where the ISS is. That's where the positive starts to turn into negative, because underneath of the belly is negative. The outside of the belly is positive. This is how you get maglev. It's basically, you think of a maglev train on the ground, right? And the maglev train is sitting, it doesn't ever touch the tracks, never touches.
Do you know what he's saying when he's saying maglev?
Okay,
maglev
yeah,
is
what I'm saying
levitation.
That is helping the plane fly through the air without being thrusted only.
See the planes that do the long routes, the Sydney to Santiago and stuff. Check out the composite of the structure, the many layers of extra layers of heat resistant paint, and then the hybrid electric engines. The hybrid electric.
Is that the reason they is that okay? So we all believe that there is.
Let me finish my point. The hybrid electric engine actually feeds off the electro potential of the surface of the fucking vehicle. There's no fuel involved, and they go. You can read this yourself. They go minimum 900 miles per hour, then wind.
Wow. So okay, my question is that why they claim to fly closer to Antarctica, because that's where the toroidal field will be lower?
Don't go anywhere near Antarctica. See a rum line. See the line that it shows you. See the line that it shows you on any other cartoons, and it's a curved line that goes right down near Antarctica. It's bullshit. It's called a rum line, and the rum line isn't actually the curved path. It's the straight line between the two. It's an illusion. Right. It's a deception. It's always flat. Do you know we never actually even travel truly north-south ever? Because even a rum line only travels at a constant angle across the longitudinal lines, and only ever goes east-west. We only ever travel east-west. A great circle route isn't even a circle. It's a portion of a circle, and then you draw a straight line between the 2 points of the curve. There is no curve.
Yeah, I understand how all that works. I understand that, but what I was saying is, okay, the Santiago Melbourne, is that the route? Is that the flight? Is it the Santiago Melbourne? Okay, even with that being a straight line on the azimuthal equidistant map, that's still going to put you at a lower dome.
But we're not.
If it's a dome, you're going to be closer to the dome at a lower elevation.
But listen, we see azimuthal field. It isn't reality. That's how we see the Earth. The Earth, from my calculations, if we ignore nautical miles and just do statute miles, measuring on the land, then using the land to transfer onto the water, because that's the only way we can measure, because we can only measure physical land. When you do that, the whole world, not the known world where we live in, but the bigger circle outside our circle, is around 250,000 square mile, or circumference, 250,000 miles.
Okay, now you're talking about the whole, you're talking about outer lands and everything?
Yeah, outside the wall and stuff, yeah.
Okay, so I'm not getting into that because I don't know enough about it. But what I'm simply saying is, like, I know how they try to manipulate our brains with the great circle routes, as they call them.
Yeah.
And that creates where they can, well, this is how we use the emergency landing paths, because we fly a great circle and we're actually there. No, you're not. You're lying. That's a straight line. But
an actual great circle route, a true ancient great circle route, is only east to west. It never goes. There is no north to south. but they call
Right.
them great. They call the longitudinal lines great circles, but leave out the word root. That's another illusion and deceit.
Right.
Great
I mean,
circles.
I know it's all deception and deceit because you can't make. I understand why they say the Great Circle works because if you travel where the circumference is smaller, then it's going to make the path shorter. But that's not the reality because it's still going to be longer because you had to travel to that point.
And
I understand how it works.
we can only do short lines at a time because we always have to account for north when we move.
Mm-hmm.
Can I have the
Yeah.
Sorry?
Who said something?
I need to apologize to Paul, but you guys won't shut up. Paul, I apologize. I'm sorry. I did not realize that you were angled this direction. So
Mate,
I do.
I'm a flat earther. I deal with some shit, so my boys fucking giving me a hard time. It's not going to hurt.
Allow me to apologize.
Not at all. I'm here to spread knowledge. I'm not here for recognition or you done a good one or anything like that. I just want truth, mate.
That's all I wanted to do. Sorry, you can go ahead again.
Well, actually, no. I really I find your how you're thinking of things actually very interesting and just
Hey, where do you guys see my suit I'm trying to make?
See your what you're trying to make?
I'm trying to make a maglev suit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
If you pull that off, dude, if you pull that off, we're gonna be like
It's magnets, mate.
We're gonna be fanboys.
They will only send me so many magnets at a time in this fucking country, man.
I guarantee it. If you pull it off, I'll be a fanboy. I want to see it.
Yeah, it'll be a big one. Like ever since I was about 3, I always. Ever since I was about 3, I've always
had this question because when a plane flies, even in long distances, I know how big of a wing a plane is. I know how much fuel a big ass jet engine would take. I have never believed that they could fly that entire distance and not use up all that fuel.
See,
and not only that, I've always asked myself, why do planes always dump the rest of their fuel before they land? Now, that means the only answer to that is that they're not really using all their fuel in the air. There got to be, I've always felt like that, but I never had any clue what it could be.
Yeah.
But I always felt like there was something else once that plane got up flying, that it wasn't the thrust of fuel engine that kept it going.
100%. You're 100% correct. They rely on ether, but ether isn't always constant because of fluctuations in ether.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense to my question because I'm like, man, they barely had enough fuel to get there. Well, how the hell are they dumping fuel before they land?
Mate, I've got flights an hour late, got on the plane an hour late, left an hour and a half late, and still arrived 20 minutes before my actual arrival time. They see the times that are set up for flights, they are set times. They can beat them. They're set as an average because they know the wind can change, so they can maybe go slower, they maybe can go faster, but they can go. All they have to do is go up to go mega times faster. The less friction from wind, then they can go exponentially faster.
Is that not the reason? Is that not part of the reason that military goes that high? Is
Yes,
for that
100%.
very reason?
Look at the makeup of a military jet. Look at wow. Look at the underneaths of the wings of them flipping jets, mate. They're like, do you know, like the inside of a meteorite? They look like the. See the big wave that comes out when they do them big turns and all. That's electric. That's not air, mate. That's the ether. They fly electromagnetic.
One, just look.
They fly electromagnetic.
One, just look
through the ether, mate.
What, like I say, if you look at the design of the SR-71, they call it the leak. It's the floodplain because when it sits on the ground, it's just leaking because it's all fucking opened and stuff. And then
So the
what is the predecessor, or not the predecessor, the aftermath of the SR-71? Because it's discontinued. What are they doing now? What do they have now?
They still use it.
They still use it. I thought they discontinued it. I thought it was deserviced.
No, they still use them. They're still flying.
Wow, that's crazy. Okay.
It's still
like, if you got something that can fly that fast, like why would you change it? I just looked it up and I thought it said it was decommissioned, but it may not be. But I'm not saying anybody's whatever. I'm asking.
Oh yeah, I've seen reports of just recently because it can fly so fast, so high that it can't be detected because of its speed, that they can go over places, take pictures, and they don't even know they were there.
You know, once you go into the sort of underbelly of the radiation belts, which is at its lowest point, I think is 200 miles off the Earth or off the Earth. Once you go into that, most countries' radars and stuff can't penetrate that barrier. So that's where most of military aircraft all fly, within the actual underbelly of the Van Allen belt for protection of radio signals. That's why the bounce. That's why that bounce. That's why that bounce thing, where they say, "Oh, it bounces across the radio signal can bounce on the ionosphere." That is 100% true. But the ionosphere is only there during the day. The ionosphere more or less completely disappears at nighttime. It's only where the sun is, because it's from highly ionized particles on the outside hit the inside, then slow down in the middle, then change their polarity on the inside to negative. So from positive on the outside to negative on the inside, and then everything below that is positive. Where our hearts make positive, we're positive on the inside, but we have like a Faraday shell around us, which is our skin, which is neutral. Everything is electric. Everything. They know it, and they keep us all fucking deflected away from it. See, once we find out that we're truly gods and we can manipulate magnetic fields with our. This is what the Masons are doing. This is what the churches are doing. They're manipulating our electromagnetic fields. See, once we learn how to do that, the game's over.
That, like you're saying, the ionosphere is only there through the day. That speaks to what I was saying about how the daylight pushes and charges.
Why did he leave?
I don't know, man. I've been getting attacked. Maybe we're getting kicked. I don't know. I actually do have to leave though. I got to go to bed, guys.
Yeah, it's 3:30 here, dude.
I think, man, I think TikTok's doing that shit.
Probably. I wouldn't doubt it.
Let me see if I can. How do I?
He said he got kicked. He said he got kicked.
Yeah, I got ahead anyway. I didn't kick him or anything, so I don't know. It wasn't me.
No. Where the hell did he go? I can't even see him now.
He just said he got kicked, and he might have left out. He might have left out when he said peace and light to all you guys in the chat. There he is. He's back in.
Back in, guys. I just said I got kicked.
Man, I'm telling you, TikTok's doing some weird shit, guys. Like, people have been falling off the panels all day long.
I see, when I start saying truth, mate, I get booted off everywhere. I don't go on lives. I don't speak. I don't even put much on my TikTok. I talk in comments because I'm aiming for the people that are watching the comments and not reacting, because I want them to go and search the stuff for themselves.
I was mad when you left. I was like, man, I wanted him to finish what he was saying.
I don't have feelings. I don't have feelings anymore. I don't get hurt. I choose what emotions come into my bubble. I don't have emotion over getting booted or getting slammed by people and all that. I'm done with all that, man. I'm free. I'm free. I just want to spread the knowledge.
Well, it was good meeting you, Paul. Again, I gotta go. I'm really tired. So thanks again, guys. You have a good night.
Hey,
And
you
again,
too.
Paul.
Have a good night,
I've
Ruthless.
been on here for about. Hey, you
Again, Paul.
too.
Have a good night,
I've
Ruthless.
been on here for about. Like I say, I have always had a doubt. I knew there was had a doubt. I knew there was some loan to all kinds of countries, and it's almost weird. Like, have you ever noticed when you're flying up in the air, and then once you get way up in the air and you level off, have you ever noticed how you don't hear the engines no more?
Yeah, the hum changes. The frequency completely changes.
Yes, I've always wondered that. I'm like, well,
My favorite place in the world is being on an aircraft. I fly about eight times minimum a year. I speak to every pilot. Every pilot that lets me into their deck, I have a chat with them. I have a big long chat with them. I've converted or made many pilots see the truth or let themselves be allowed to speak about the truth. I've seen many grumpy pilots too who are not interested.
yeah, some of them are scared to lose their job. You know.
Yeah, 100%. It's
I think it's more than
science.
scared.
If it's the same as science, if you go against the narrative in science, you're not going to be a scientist. You've just wasted your whole 18 year or
I
20
think
years.
there's more than scared to lose jobs, though. I think there's more than just jobs at stake in some of these situations. I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
I think there's more than a job being threatened.
I'm not a scared anything. I go to all the open nights on any Masonic hall that's around me, and I go to all their open nights. I ask the questions. I'm the first one ushered out the door. There's nothing to fear except fear itself. But you know the biggest thing? Fear is only a skirt of the light. Take its hand and walk it straight into the light, buddy.
Well, it's like you use light. One of my favorite sayings is everyone thinks that light and dark are opposites. They're not. Darkness is the absence of light.
100%.
Light is not the absence of darkness.
Stand in a dark room with no windows. Stand in a dark room. You're in there for 2 minutes. It's pitch black. You can't see nothing. Stand there for 3 minutes. You start to see. 4 minutes. You start to see. 5 minutes. You can see near enough everything in the room. Where does the light come from? The light comes from within, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
that's what
even in the Bible it says darkness has to flee from the light.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. Like, everybody says that dark and light are opposites, but they're not, in my opinion, because, like I said, darkness is the absence of light, and
darkness is its own entity. Darkness is the absence of charge. It's death.
Yep. But light is not the opposite. Is not the light. It's not the lack of darkness, though. It's what removes the darkness.
That's 100% right, because not all light is visible. We have IR, which is heat, and it's not visible. It's heat. And other gamma rays and stuff, they're not visible light, but they are still light. So you're 100% right.
So my opinion is that we like to polarize everything, and everything is polarized, but certain things are not necessarily opposites. That's just the way I look at things. I look at things differently.
Absolute zero is absolute zero is Calvin zero, which is not possible in the living realm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paul, do me a favor. If you would,
sorry, go ahead,
if you would, maybe send me a link or two of something that I could start reading into that, because it interests me a lot, because it's something that I thought about for a long time now. Like, there's no way a plane has enough fuel to make it from that, especially those long flights from point A to point B, especially with enough extra fuel to have to dump a bunch of fuel out before they land.
Yep.
So I always saw a problem with that. And like I said, I never had an answer. I never had a clue. but all I knew is there's something else to this plane flying.
Michael Faraday's he's really interesting guy. He was a bookbinder's helper, in an old library. So he didn't have no specific scientific training or nothing. Like he was an open thinker and he liked to think a lot. He's so interesting, and see some of the stuff just from finding out stuff about him and following his life. You find the bits that have been hidden, completely hidden from our history. And once
is he on YouTube?
Yeah, but YouTube is a bastion of information if you're not looking for flat Earth.
No, I meant Michael Faraday. You said look up Michael Faraday.
Yeah.
Is he on YouTube or do I just
books, all audiobooks and all of his life and all's on YouTube? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Because I can save my stuff from YouTube. I got my Google, and I don't even use Google. I use a different search engine, and most of my Google stuff is either deactivated or I've done as much to my phone as I can to eliminate Google in any way. And so I don't use Google, but I will use YouTube. But yeah, if he's got stuff on YouTube that I can watch, I would love to actually look into some of his stuff, because I'll be honest with you, some things you said really kind of opened my eyes, and it's just because of the way I have felt about flying. I have flown a lot. I mean, I've flown in the military. We flew at 49,000 feet sometimes. We were not allowed to fly below 40,000 feet because that was commercial air zone.
Yep.
So we always had to fly higher. And then there's something else that I always had a problem with, is I flew in a C-130 a lot of times. If the air is that thin up there, how does those props keep that plane flying at that speed?
Correct.
That is a big question I've always had.
Yeah, because it flies slow, doesn't it? That plane flies relatively slow when it's circling a target, right?
Yes, but when you're traveling, they're not moving that slow. Those are big, huge props with big engines. But when they're way up there flying, it doesn't seem like the engines are working as hard. And I always had a question of, how is the propellers propelling such thin air and still maintaining the same speed? It didn't make sense to me.
So there's two things with that plane that makes me question, is because it can fly slow when it's circling to allow for targeting, but it can also fly fast when it's flying, like you said, flying that high. It doesn't make sense, because for something that big to be flying slow in a circle, that doesn't make sense unless there's something else going on. Does what I'm saying make sense?
Yeah.
Because if you're not creating lift with force, how are you flying that slow? You would be decelerating constantly. Or not decelerating. I can't even think of the word. Coming down, going towards the earth, because you're not maintaining a speed enough to create lift.
Yeah, and I know. I mean, like in the service, I have jumped a lot of halo jumps. And we are jumping so high that we have to have oxygen mask on. Otherwise we're passed out. Wait, you know what I mean? You can't afford to pass out from lack of oxygen when because when you halo jump, you're wearing an actual certain. If you look up halo jumpers and their suits, you're wearing a suit basically with like wings on the legs and the arms. Okay, my first MOS, I was an idiot when I went in service because I wanted to. My first MOS, I was 31 Victor. I wanted to be a radioman. I wanted the communication part. And then, but because I decided to go special forces and that I went 75th Infantry 2nd Battalion, which is 82nd Airborne Ranger Special Detachment, we had to have a second MOS. Because we went out with the small unit. We did our objective and we came back, but we didn't have enough people to have, so everybody had to have a second MOS. Well, my second MOS, I thought I was going to be a field medic. Well, I was pretty stupid. I had no knowledge of what I was doing because when I was in the service, I went under Reagan and I served under Reagan and Bush. Back then, we didn't have those super light lithium batteries. Our battery packs were heavy as hell. Not only that, I had another rut pack full of IVs. And let me tell you what, my rut pack was heavier than anybody else in my units. I had the strongest legs. Like I could carry anything, and we had to practice with them rucksacks full. And I definitely had stronger legs than anybody in our unit. There was no way. I had to carry a lot of weight. And like I say, I just, even from then on, we've jumped and had to use oxygen mask. And since I was radioman, there's been a lot of times where we would jump out of a plane, we would jump out and we would be over water and we would basically fly across the water and onto land. And once we got off the water and we was over land, I had the radio in what was called feet dry. Feet dry meant that we're no longer over water. And that was for them to keep track of exactly where we are, what, everything was going on. But like I say, my service in the military and flying as high as I did in a plane that had props made absolutely no sense when the air that high is so thin that a prop shouldn't work. It doesn't make sense. I mean, if it was, you would definitely hear them motors screaming way louder and way harder than when they was taking off or just flying low, in a lower altitude. But when they got up there, it seemed like everything quieted down. It was pretty bizarre to me. But I don't know if anybody's been in the military, but the military is one of those things. You just don't ask questions. You know what I mean? There's sometimes you just accept stuff for what it is, and there's a lot of things you don't question or ask questions about. So I just chalked it up to I didn't know it, but that was really weird, And then hearing him talk and us thinking about how these jets work today, it really does. It makes a lot of sense. So that's why I kind of want to look up to what he was talking about. But that guy's name is Michael Faraday, right?
Yep. The big question is with ISS on electromagnetic maglev or whatever is can they put humans in it? That I don't think so.
Is it speed issues or size issues? What do you think?
What's your... how would they get them up and down, and how can they connect something to something else when there's no forces stopping it from fucking jolting off? You know what I mean? I can't see them.
Well, let me ask this question: was it hauled up in how did it get there?
It was built.
In your opinion,
it was built up there.
Okay. Like 3 or 4 planes went up and built it, or is that what you're saying? Or
I don't know.
I'm not trying to say that you do or don't. I'm asking what's your opinion, because I would think that it could be something like you said. It could be built in a manner where it could be like.
As the other fellow was saying there, you need a mask and all when you're flying at a certain height for oxygen. These boys are fucking floating about inside a fucking tin can, twice as high as that.
Yeah,
there's no way.
Yeah, exactly. I don't believe any of the. Once the digital age hit, I questioned everything because I saw how digital imagery could be easily manipulated, and that lets you know that once one thing can be manipulated,
Even before that, are you old enough to remember the change from the empirical system to the metric system? Probably not. No.
I'm 42. I don't know.
We've always. Can you not remember that?
Yeah.
They changed. The metric system is a figment of a mathematical concept. It's not physical reality. The only physical reality is an empirical measurement, because empirical measurement was taken off actual objects, physical objects, like a grain of rice. The distance from the top of a grain of rice to the bottom, and the girth of a grain of rice, that was an inch or a centimeter and a millimeter. And then a statute mile was 500 paces of a Roman soldier. And then they come up with this metric system and came up with this. And then they come up with this metric system and came up with this concept of how we see. So a nautical mile is in the air or on the water, because that's bigger than a physical mile on land, because we're measuring it visually rather than physically.
That's wild how that works.
That's how I got the measurement of the actual circumference of the true Earth of 250 miles. I just ignored nautical miles.
Well, that makes sense when they talk about the even like we were talking, the Santiago flight and everything being different.
Yeah. So how do you see market stall owners? I don't know if you have market stall owners or not, but market stall owners went mad when they changed from the empirical to the metric, because you actually got less in the empirical than you would have got if you were getting it by the empirical. And so that's why market stall holders still use pounds, shillings, and pence.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, everything used to be like hands, and a foot was a person's foot. Well, feet were different lengths and everything. So it all depended on who it was made on, and then I know what you're saying.
But it would have been like a pontiff or something would have said, right, it would have been like a pontiff or something would have said, right, it's poison the well. The empirical system is far more superior than the metric system. Everything, all our astrology and all is millennia a year old. They used the empirical system. There was no metric system. Metric system is a concept of maths. You can do anything with maths just by moving that wee dot.
Oh yeah, it's a very simplistic version of language that can be manipulated in almost any manner that you wish.
Yep. They do.
They make it so easy that a child can do it, actually, but they also make it so easy that a child can be manipulated by it as well.
Yeah, I got top grades in all my schools, but I got kicked out of every school I went to. I was put into the cupboard. That guy asked too many questions. He shouldn't be allowed. But I also went to a really obscure school because of this, called Rudolf Steiner. I don't know whether you've heard of it.
No, I've never heard of it.
Well, I never heard of it. I obviously heard of it because I'd been there, but I never knew what it was. And then over all this stuff that I've been searching over the last 4.5 years, I actually studied who Rudolf Steiner was. And it's actually esoteric magic. I believe I was sent to a school, like a grooming school for wizards, real life wizards.
Wow.
Yeah, check Rudolf Steiner out. Pretty cool. I went to that school, and I believe it's why I am where I am now, because I had that different beginning. to most people.
So kind of like alchemist or what? What type? What are we talking about?
So it's the opposite of religion. It's about thyself. It's about astrology. It's about magic. Completely different way of learning. I would imagine it's how Jewish schools teach their children.
Kind of sounds like Wicca too. Is it
It's
related?
awesome. So Hitler, he has a really big history with Hitler as well. Rudolf Steiner and Hitler didn't really like each other. So basically,
wait a minute. Be easy. Wait a minute. Easy on that name. Lives can be taken down with that name.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, Rudolf Steiner.
I wasn't trying to be rude. I'm just making sure.
No, 100%. I get it. Rudolf Steiner, I believe, is part of the Matrix system schooling. So it's.
I don't know much about the Wicca, but it kind of sounds similar in stature because they believe in nature and auras and things like that.
That's
chakras.
Exactly it. It teaches you the opposite of what mainstream school teaches you. It teaches you how to learn and not what you've learned. It's very, very different. And not only that, so it then linked me on to more searches. So, because obviously you know about the Kabbalah and who rules the world and all this, and we all have our conspiracies about it, yeah?
Yeah, we all think we know who it is, but none of us seem to know who it is.
Well, I believe the exact same thing as you, but over the last few weeks I've discovered something that blows the whole lid off it. And it's hard to take.
Does it hit your stomach? Is that where you feel it, or?
Yeah, it hits my gut so hard. I come from a Christian background. 4 years ago, the start of this journey was a spiritual enlightenment on a holiday. I believed God himself.
I don't think you're far off, because I think that there's certain people in history that have been, there's certain people throughout history that have been made to be the bad guy that weren't the bad guy.
No, they're definitely not.
I never really did go to sleep up all night last night on that live. So,
have you heard of the Rosicrucians?
Hey, Paul, it was great hearing from you. It kind of answered a lot of my questions, So, thank you for coming up. Thanks all of you for helping support my live. Keep coming back. I think I want to start having a little bit more, because, I love flat smacking people or educating people on flat Earth, but I love the fact that we can have conversations. It don't have to always be about flat Earth. There is so much other shit we're learning that I love these conversations. So keep coming back.
Affects your real life.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
It affects your real life too. So
yeah, so it
affects your real life too. So
yeah, so it
You want to boot us out? So
I'll go ahead and boot you guys that way.
Boot us out that way. It don't hurt your live. If we leave,
well, actually, if I just shut the live down, it don't matter, does it?
I don't know about that. I don't know. I honestly don't.
Okay.
I know Shand always boots everybody, and then he shuts the live down. But I don't know if it affects it one way or another. I honestly don't know. Haas might know if he's still in here. He's been muted up for a while, so I don't know if he's still hanging around or not. Yeah, Paul, I appreciate it, man. Come back. And Aaron, I meant to tell you, you shared it to me 4 or 5 times. I was in a live with Fab and Fred, actually, when you were sending it in, and that was a very enlightening episode, I will say. So Fab and Fred in the same live together is pretty incredible.
It really, honestly, it makes me feel good.
Oh, wait, it was Fab, Fred, and Aloha all in the same, and I'm on the panel with them. So I wasn't about to leave that one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I saw that, and I was like, awesome, man. I'm not even going to try to get on here, because I have thought for a while those two need to kiss and make up and get over that bullshit. And
who's that? Fab and Fred?
Yeah, and it's like, man, you guys believe in 1,000 same things. You're gonna let one little disagreement tell you apart. Those guys were tight, man.
Yeah, and I think they're good now. I think they're good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Aloha. I think Aloha's he's kind of been devil's advocate in a way to it.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Aloha's a great mediator.
I will definitely. That's a very good description for him. He is a very good mediator because his tone never changes. Almost, he always keeps the, he's just there. He's truth. You can feel it.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
All right, Aaron. Have a good. I'll let you go, man. I know it's almost 4:00 here. I've got to get in bed. My wife's going to kill me tomorrow. So.
All right, buddy. You have a good night, man.
All right. Take it easy, brother.
You too.